Hello, I'm Doug and this is a Taste and Sensibility channel. And today we're at episode number 2 of popcorn, where I'm comparing two different kinds of red hulled popcorns. So I've got a series going here where I'm looking mostly at the popcorn itself, the breed, the kind, the variety, what people grew in the field. I'm not worried about microwave, I'm not worried about brands, I'm not worried about flavors. None of this is buttered, it's only salted. So I'm looking at the popcorn flavor itself to see if there's any difference. So I have a couple of readily available kinds here. One is Fireworks Red River Valley popcorn, and they dress it up and make it look real fancy, but I think it's just red popcorn that everyone else can get. But I don't know, it's just an assumption. They say heirloom, naturally grown, whole grain nutrition, non-GMO, gluten-free, all natural. Well, that's probably true of most popcorns. And the other kind, Amish country, which came in a little, this is a very small pack, and I popped most of it, but this came in a 10-pack, a sampler pack, where you can try different kinds. This was also a sampler pack, but much larger samples. So this will go on and on. And so I'm just going to taste a few of the different kinds. Like, look behind me. You see lots of different kinds. Some of them on the same ear. So last time I did white versus yellow of Orville Redenbacher. And this time I'm just plucking out a couple of reds where I can try to see if there's any difference or how the red's different than the other things I tasted. So before I start in, get my fingers a little oily. Let me remind you to like the video, give it the thumbs up down there, leave comments and questions, share it with friends. Subscribe to the channel and click on that bell to get notified. Now I'm going to go. I've seen this brand all over the place in lots of stores. And of course you can get it at Amazon. And they've got, it looks like an interesting mix of popcorns. And then this one I haven't seen locally or in stores, but I saw it on Amazon and they had a big 10-pack. So there's like maybe 4 or 5, 6 basic varieties, and then they do a few blends where they mix things together to give it an interesting mixture or mixed color. So I'm not gonna mess with any of the blends. I'm just gonna zoom in on the different kinds of popcorn. So let's see what this red smells like from Fireworks. I smell the cooked nature and a little oily, a little vegetal. And it smells pretty good and inviting. I'm not sure it's as deep and rich as the yellow last week, and these are very white. They're white kernel, the white limbs, white arms, legs, whatever you call the little things on popcorn. They're very white on the inside. And then you can see a little bit of the red of the hull when you look closer. So this one, I'm not really getting a difference in the aroma. Something's been cooked, but it's a very light touch. It's a very light aroma. And then something is maybe grainy, maybe sweet. It's hard to say from the nose. So I'm going to start in with the Fireworks popcorn. Nicely cooked, nicely salted. They're very tender white kernels. Might be a few hulls left over afterwards. I don't see any unpopped kernels in either one of these. In my last video, episode 1, gave my standard method for popping the popcorn. So it is lightly corny, lightly salted. I'm just trying to figure out what other characteristics I might be able to say about it. The white last time in episode 1 was milder than the yellow. A little harder to describe, a little harder to get your head around. Or tasting notes. Tasty, good, salty, inviting, but how is it different than the yellow or the white last week? Only description I've heard about red popcorn taste is it's a little earthier. And that might be the case, but I wouldn't necessarily come up with that on my own. Okay, now you do a little rinse here. I'm not really expecting these to be vastly different, or even detectably different. So switching over to Amish country now. Very similar. Tender white kernels. This might be a tiny bit stronger flavor, and earthiness does come out as a tasty note. It's more prominent than over here. So I'll eat a few more and cleanse and go back in the other direction. These are very good. They would take flavors very well if you want to put cheese or nutritional yeast or peppers or something on them. Tender, I don't really notice hulls. Nothing getting stuck in my teeth. Very pleasant to eat. There's a touch of some cooked note, mostly on the aroma probably. Just a touch of corniness or graininess. Can't really say it's sweet. Can't say it's all that corny. And earthiness is one of the notes you come up with if you thought about it long enough. It's in there and it's below, lower level to me than the other very mild, very light flavors. So I like both of these, and this strikes me right now as a stronger flavor, but not by much. Going back to the fireworks red, back label says an explosion of flavor. Well, that's a little overstated. Back to back, this one seems milder in flavor than the Amish country. So it shouldn't have been any difference in how I cooked these. I had the same pan, the same oil, same mass of popcorn kernels going in, and over the same heat level. So it's good. It's got things you're after in a popcorn, except butter. Everyone's after butter usually. So this is good, and I might eat this bowl while watching something. This one struck me as a little stronger in flavor. And that is not a big difference. Okay, cleaned up and ready to go back to Amish country to confirm stronger flavors. Or not. Well, I'm thinking they're stronger. And the earthiness is more evident here than over here. These are tiny differences. So that's why we're doing them back to back. The popcorn flavors are subtle and light. It's fairly aromatic. There's that popcorn smell that you get when you're around freshly popped popcorn. So nothing wrong with these, but they don't have big flavors that jump out at you. That's why people doctor them up some, I guess. So we will be doing a couple of episodes on flavoring popcorn. We'll be doing a couple on the oil that you're cooking in. But mostly it's going to be on different varieties like you see behind me. So I think that'll wrap it up for this episode, and we will do some other comparison or demonstration next time. So cheers and pop till you drop.